Alfonso Cahero, A Journey into Finance History. Chapter 1. Mesopotamian Barter System. In the cradle of civilization, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, emerged a remarkable system that laid the groundwork for future economies. It all began around 6000 BCE in the land we now call Mesopotamia. Life in ancient Mesopotamia was a delicate balance between abundance and want. Communities cultivated crops, reared livestock, and crafted goods, but not all resources were readily available to everyone. Necessity became the mother of innovation as communities flourished. The need for resources beyond one's immediate reach became apparent, prompting the birth of the barter system. Picture this. A farmer with surplus grain but lacking in pottery meets a potter with an abundance of vessels, but scarce on sustenance. In this simple exchange, a transaction takes place without the need for currency. Life in ancient Mesopotamia was a tapestry woven with threads of surplus and scarcity. While some regions boasted fertile lands yielding bountiful crops, others struggled with arid terrain and limited resources. The dichotomy of abundance and want shaped the daily lives of Mesopotamians, spurring them to seek solutions to their economic challenges. Communities learned to adapt, utilizing their strengths to mitigate their weaknesses. The surplus of one became the lifeline of another, fostering interdependence among neighboring settlements. Amidst the ebb and flow of resources, the seeds of exchange took root, heralding a new era in economic history. In the fertile crescent of Mesopotamia, necessity was the catalyst for innovation. As communities flourished along the banks of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the need for resources beyond their immediate surroundings became apparent. In this landscape of necessity, the seeds of innovation were sown. Agricultural practices evolved to maximize yield, while artisans honed their craft to meet the demands of a growing population. Yet, despite these advancements, the challenge of resource distribution persisted. It was in this crucible of need that the concept of exchange took shape, offering a solution to the inherent imbalance of resources. The genesis of exchange can be traced back to the humble beginnings of human civilization. In the bustling villages of ancient Mesopotamia, where farmers toiled the land and artisans crafted wares, a system of trade emerged organically. Imagine a farmer with surplus grain but lacking in pottery, and a potter with an abundance of vessels but scarce on sustenance. In this simple exchange, a transaction takes place without the need for currency. Goods were traded based on their perceived value, laying the foundation for what would later become the barter system. Thus, the genesis of exchange was born out of necessity and ingenuity, setting the stage for the evolution of commerce. In the ancient world of Mesopotamia, goods served as the currency of trade. From grains harvested from fertile fields to exquisite textiles woven by skilled artisans, everything had value and could be exchanged for something of equal worth. The barter system relied on a mutual agreement between parties, where goods were swapped based on their perceived value and utility. A bushel of wheat could be traded for a clay pot, a bolt of cloth for a basket of dates. This system of exchange facilitated the flow of goods across communities, enabling individuals to acquire the resources they needed to thrive. Goods became not only commodities, but also symbols of wealth and prosperity in the ancient world. As the barter system evolved, bustling marketplaces emerged in the heart of Mesopotamian cities. Here, amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life, merchants and traders gathered to exchange goods, negotiate deals, and build relationships. The marketplace became the beating heart of commerce, where goods from far and wide were brought together in a vibrant tapestry of trade. From spices and textiles to precious metals and exotic animals, the marketplace offered a treasure trove of goods waiting to be exchanged. It was a place where cultures intersected, ideas were shared, and fortunes were made. The marketplace was more than just a center of commerce. It was a symbol of the thriving civilization that flourished along the banks of the Tigris and Euphrates. As trade flourished in ancient Mesopotamia, intermediaries played a crucial role in facilitating exchanges between buyers and sellers. These middlemen bridged the gap between producers and consumers, ensuring that goods reached their desired destinations in a timely and efficient manner. Merchants traveled far and wide, navigating the intricate web of trade routes that crisscrossed the ancient world. Along the way, they forged alliances, negotiated deals, and navigated the challenges of long-distance trade. Intermediaries were not merely facilitators of commerce, but also guardians of trust and integrity in the marketplace. Their reputation was their currency, and their word was their bond in an era where honor and reputation held sway. Journeying along ancient trade routes was not without its perils. Merchants braved harsh weather conditions, treacherous terrain, and the ever-present threat of bandits and raiders. Yet, despite these challenges, trade flourished, connecting distant lands and cultures in a vast network of exchange. The Silk Road, the Spice Route, and the Incense Trail were but a few of the arteries that pulsated with the flow of goods and ideas. Merchants traveled in caravans, accompanied by armed guards and pack animals laden with precious cargo. Along the way, they encountered diverse cultures, languages, and customs, enriching their own understanding of the world. Despite the risks, the allure of profit and the promise of adventure compelled merchants to venture forth into the unknown. As trade flourished in ancient Mesopotamia, so too did the cities that served as its hubs. City-states like Ur, Uruk, and Babylon emerged as centers of commerce, culture, and governance, fueled by the exchange of goods and ideas. These urban centers were bustling metropolises teeming with life, where artisans plied their trade, scholars pondered the mysteries of the universe, and merchants haggled over the price of goods. The rise of city-states marked a significant turning point in human history, as power shifted from rural agrarian societies to urban centers of trade and industry. In the crucible of the city, civilization flourished, laying the foundation for the world we know today. To keep track of transactions and debts, the ancient Mesopotamians developed one of humanity's earliest writing systems, cuneiform. Clay tablets inscribed with wedge-shaped symbols became the ledger of trade, ensuring accountability and trust in commercial transactions. Merchants recorded details of transactions, contracts, and agreements on these tablets, which were then sealed and stored for safekeeping. The development of writing revolutionized commerce, enabling merchants to conduct business across vast distances with greater precision and efficiency. Cuneiform tablets also served as a medium for preserving knowledge, literature, and history, offering insights into the daily lives and customs of ancient Mesopotamians. Writing the ledger was more than just an administrative task. It was a testament to humanity's capacity for innovation and ingenuity. The barter system extended far beyond Mesopotamia's borders, connecting civilizations across the ancient world. From the banks of the Nile in Egypt to the fertile plains of the Indus Valley, goods flowed freely, enriching cultures and fostering diplomatic ties. Trade routes crisscrossed continents, traversing deserts, mountains, and seas, as merchants sought to profit from the exchange of commodities. Along these routes, ideas, beliefs, and innovations traveled alongside goods, shaping the course of history. The Silk Road became a conduit for the exchange of silk, spices, and precious metals between East and West, while the Mediterranean Sea linked the civilizations of Europe, Africa, and Asia in a vibrant tapestry of commerce. Beyond borders, the barter system transcended language, ethnicity, and creed, forging connections that would endure for centuries to come.